Hello, dear viewers. Welcome to Anuvyapti Academy. I believe in learning is limitless and so has your potential. I am Anusha Naikwad, helping you to make your concepts easier. So we are looking into introduction of cost accounting. And in the previous video, we have looked into the meaning, definition, objectives of cost accounting. Why do we need cost accounting, importance and limitations? And we also looked into the elements of cost accounting. If you have missed this video, attaching the link in the description box, please go through it. And yes, if you require the study material, you can just comment down PDF and I will share you the study material. And if you have any doubt and queries or you want to provide any feedback related to the channel, there is a link in the description box. Please fill up your feedback there, or if you want me to solve any particular problem, you can put over the questions in the question photo in the feedback form, because it is not easily we can share the photo on the comment section if for particular problems which you want to solve. So you can put it over there and I will try to solve your queries as soon as possible. So without any further delay, let's get started. So today we will be looking into classification of cost. Classification of cost matlab different types of cost or different kinds of cost. So the cost is classified on different bases, and the first base is nature or elements. So in the previous video, as I told you, we have studied element of cost, right? Same thing is here. That is nothing but first one is material cost. What is material cost? The total cost of raw materials or component that is used in the production or manufacturing process is nothing but the cost of raw materials, the total raw materials which we use. Example I had given you, like if we are trying to prepare a cake, what are the raw materials cost here? Bakery, milk, maida, sugar, milk, butter, ghee. All these are the raw materials which will help me to make a cake. So what is the total cost of all these raw materials? Material cost. Next is labor cost. What is labor cost? The wages which I will pay to that chef. Okay. Next is expenses. What are the other expenses? Direct expenses I will go through. It might be rent, power, depreciation, or other any administrative overhead. Overhead is nothing but expenses. The word overhead means expenses. Fine. Next is on the basis of function. So function means nothing but different activities that is involved in a business. It might be production function, marketing function, sales function, distribution function, administration function, R&D function. So every department has some or the other cost that it will be incurring. That is nothing but the basis of function. First one is manufacturing cost. What is manufacturing cost? The cost of converting raw materials into finished goods. The cost which we incurred in converting the raw materials into finished goods. Next is administrative cost. See, administrative is nothing but it is all related to office. Okay, so everything which is related to office is nothing but administrative cost. Next comes selling and distribution cost. Selling and distribution cost are the cost which helps in selling the product, making that product reach the final consumer. And when it is reaching the final consumer, what all different distribution channels and distribution cost it crosses through, that is nothing but selling and distribution cost. Like advertising, sales commission, delivery van expenses. Next is research and development, that is nothing but R&D cost. Here, whatever cost we are incurring for innovation, product testing, improvements, prototype testing, minimum viable products, new ideas, commercialization. So whatever research and development stage we are incurring cost, we call it as R&D. Next, on the basis of behavior. First one is fixed cost. As the name only suggests, fixed cost, matlab it is something which is fixed. It will not change on the level of output. So one example I will give you here is that you have taken this bakery on rent. Okay. Now you closed down the business for 1 month. Entire 1 month you were facing. Chalo, you had a wedding of your brother. Okay, so you had closed the shop for entire 1 month, and you had to travel to abroad. Okay, now when this 1 month you had stopped the production function, there was no output, right? But can you ignore paying rent? Can you tell your landlord that I did not use for 1 month? Though your all the items are still in the shop, it is your shop only. We cannot ignore it. That is fixed. So we call it as fixed cost. Next is variable. Now, what is variable cost? Something that will change with the level of output or level of production. For example, if the raw materials which you require to make 5 cupcakes, okay, and the raw material which you require for 500 cupcakes, is it same? Definitely not, which varies. So that is nothing but variable cost. Next is semi-variable cost. Semi-variable cost is that it is combination of both fixed and variable cost. It has both elements. Example is electricity bill. Now, as I told you, for 1 month you had been to wedding, you closed your shop, you had been to abroad. Now, when you come back after 1 month, you will have electricity charge of rupees 120. But every month you had electricity of 540, 600 rupees. Why? That 500, 600 would be because you were consuming that much of electricity. You were using that much of electricity. But this 120, why? Because at least that is the nominal fees which you have to pay. That much is fixed. And more than that is how much you are using. Correct? So that is called as semi-variable cost. Next is basis of identity. Identifiability. Identifiability. Okay. So in that is, first one is direct cost. So direct cost are the cost of things that are involved in the production process. Anything that is involved in the production process and which can be traced is called as direct cost, and which cannot be easily traced, we call it as indirect cost. Next is historical cost. Historical, as the word suggests, something which is actually incurred, so past. So what is opposite of? Obviously predetermined cost. What is predetermined cost? Which you are estimating, which you are forecasting, is nothing but predetermined cost. Next is controllable cost. Controllable, the word sounds, is nothing but which you can control, which can be regulated and influenced. Uncontrollable is you have no control over. Normality, with normal cost are the cost which are unavoidable and which will you have to bear only in the normal course of business, like wages, salaries, maintenance. Abnormal costs are very unusual and unexpected thing which as a business we are not prepared, like fire, strikes, or any natural calamities. For that, if you bear any cost, we call it as abnormal cost. Next is on the basis of decision making, we have opportunity cost. So opportunity cost is the cost represents the benefit foregone by choosing one alternative over another. The income lost by owning building instead of renting it. Okay, how much of income you had put into make your own building, instead of renting it. That is your opportunity cost. So something, when you have two options in your hand, you have to choose one option and let go of another option. The cost of that let go option is nothing but opportunity cost. Next is sunk cost. Sunk costs are something which is past and which cannot be recovered. Gone is gone. Relevant cost. So what is relevant cost? Which will change depending upon the decision taken. Okay, but irrelevant is something which remains unaffected. Next is differential cost. Here, when there cost of two alternatives, one is marginal cost that represents the marginal cost. When there are two alternatives, one, the difference of both the alternatives is nothing but differential cost. And next is marginal cost is nothing but the cost of producing one additional unit. For example, you are producing 100 cupcakes. The cost of producing 101th cupcake is nothing but marginal cost. One additional unit which you will produce is, we call it as marginal cost. So these are the different types of cost on the different types of classification, and is very important to note, because when we are very sure about different types of cost and know the meaning of different kind of cost, it will be easy for us to classify them in the cost sheet and do the problems. So yes, this is it for today's videos. If you have any queries or questions, as I told you, you can put it on the feedback form or you can just comment. And don't forget to subscribe, hit like and share this video with your all the classmates. Happy learning.